In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Gluck Gluck.
No, Gluck Gluck.
Come on.
You never split on sixes. What are you doing? Anyways, welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. Our last run produced very good profits. Very good profits. We got a head, we got a book, we got a bracelet, we got a bounty hunter, and we got an abomination. Let me change that up a little bit. Get some more beds in here. So these two characters, I have the
thrill of the hunt.
An odd mindset for both of them. Let's see who our lottery winners first are. Our Abomination is Nalesh. I believe he is a YouTube user. Oh no, he's from Something Awful.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a fixed thing, but I believe all abominations, well, not all abominations, the first abomination you get will always have witness.
That is not a fixed thing.
Then I just have really weird luck.
Yes, you do.
As for our bounty hunter, I remember this guy because he has a really dumb name. The Great Evil King. Well, not dumb. I'm sorry. I should not be... I apologize.
What a stupid name. I can't believe this guy.
It just sounds so weird putting it on a bounty hunter, I'll say that. But yeah, Great Evil King from Something Awful. Welcome to the team. Enjoy your blue pants. So, Bounty Hunter is a class I like a lot, but not for the damage it was intended. Also, our Crusader is Lash Lightning. And finally, our I'm stuck on Antiquarians.
Dismiss
is Logical Fallacy.
Oh, I remember him from SA. Seen him around.
Mm-hmm. I believe I give him a fancy blue ascot.
The most logical of all colors.
Mm-hmm. So on Bounty Hunter, I like the Bounty Hunter a lot, mainly because of his versatility, not his damage. Everybody who runs a Bounty Hunter, they're like, oh, I gotta put marks. I gotta put a... What's up?
You changed Miles K's name.
Yeah, he requested that. He wanted his character name to be Decadent, and Tuxedo Ted had one as well. He wanted his character to be named Lucian.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, bounty hunters are very versatile. Everybody who runs them seems to want to focus them on mark damage, which is okay. Like that's kind of what they were built to do. The bounty hunter was made specifically to introduce the mark and mechanics and fine print them. However, the bounty hunter is very versatile. They have 2 good stuns, both of them with movement. They have a really strong pull, which will bring the rank 3 and 4 into like easy melee range. And they have a really good bleed from rank 3 and 4. The bounty hunter is one of the coolest characters in my opinion because you could put him in any rank. Now here's the interesting paradox. The Abomination is a versatile character because he is a morphling. When he's in human form, he's mainly crowd control, tankiness. He's there to take hits and control the crowd. Yet at any time, you could cause him to transform into an attacker mode and deal a lot of damage. The rub is, all of his attacks make it to where if he's not in rank 2, he is not at his full potential. There's also a debilitating thing with the Abomination that I hate, and people in the threads have discussed it, but I'm going to mention it now. The Abomination cannot be paired with a holy team. That means if you cannot pair him with a Crusader, a Leper, or a Vestal. That last one's important, because if you're going to have a team with Abomination, your healing is very limited.
That is pretty much the only thing I've modded out of this game. It's actually very easy to do. You just delete the last line in the Abomination INI file, and there you go.
I'm a very stern man. I'm a very It's a C word I'm thinking of. I'm a very conservative man. That's the word I'm looking for. I don't like mods. Like, the only time I've ever modded a game were 2 instances. Dungeons of Dreadmore, where I got more lines for a bunch of silly things. And XCOM 2, where I'm ashamed to say I put a 4chan meme on XCOM 2.
What?
It replaces a bunch of stuff with really hilarious lines, and I'm ashamed to say I found that shit hilarious. There's nothing funnier than giving one of your characters 20% extra dodge, and then the game says, I'll be honest with you, bro, you're still getting shot. Which is kind of how I feel like this game as well, but I don't think 4chan's ever gonna do a conversion mod for this.
We can only dream, I suppose.
I mean, there'll probably only be an audience of me, quite frankly. Now, I actually I put the Book of Relaxation on the Abomination. Probably should have put that on other people, just because the Abomination's transformation mechanic is weird. Once he transforms, he actually does like a good 10 stress damage to everyone.
Every single turn.
Well, to him, it's every single turn. To everybody else, it's only upon transformation because it's a little startling.
I'm pretty sure every turn he's transformed, they get stress damage.
We'll have to see, because I honestly remember it being only him.
It might not be like 10 damage every turn, but I do believe they still piles on while he's transformed.
So, yeah. Right now I'm basically managing everyone. In this mode I'm kind of in a more try-hard mode. I want to make sure people stay alive so they can become more versatile. So I'm converting Loon into a rank 3 off attacker, and I'm converting Great Evil King into a front lineman.
Okay.
I fully intend to make Great Evil King the most versatile character in this game, and eventually one of my 3 occultists will be a frontline stunman. But for now, I'm just kind of pigeonholing everybody into certain roles.
Wang,
What?
where are we going?
We're going to a shithole.
Why would you bring 2 stacks of food to... Oh my god. Ugh.
You know you're right. Oh
You're giving me a... Oh my god, you gave me a fucking headache in the span of like 5 seconds. God damn it.
I don't think I was planning to go
There's
to the
so much food down here!
Yeah, so we didn't learn about this last time, but the Warrens, a good 80% of the curios give you food, whether it makes sense or not. The most prominent example to me is, like, there's a curio that's quite literally a board with knives in it, and if you interact with that, you get food that doesn't make sense. Both the Warrens and the Cove do this. By the way, it's really weird. By the way, Loon, yeah, he's even better now. By the way, have these purple robes. You are now Carpet Mage.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't think I was planning on going to the Warrens. My initial mindset is I'm gonna go somewhere, we're gonna get some supplies, and I'll just choose whichever has the good accessories. And I thought, oh, hey, look at this barbarian accessory, deeds, why the fuck not? Oh wait, this is the Warrens! So, we're gonna demonstrate just how good a bounty hunter could do damage.
Honestly, I very rarely use bounty hunters as, like, in bark teams. I actually more use them just for moving the enemy around, more than anything else.
In between uppercut and a stun bomb, the bounty hunter is really good at locking people up. By the way, here's a skill I never use. Look, barf.
Yeah.
It's cute.
The chain whip is so much more useful, though.
And it hurts. It does a lot of damage.
It's got a pretty good stun chance, too.
Decimated.
So, level 1 bounty hunter, no armor, no damage accessories, mark target, near 15 damage. That sounds small, but that's really high for how low a level he is. And here's why. The Bounty Hunter's trademark ability, Collect Bounty, is a 100% damage skill, average accuracy, average crit rate. However, it has 2 damage modifiers. Plus 50% damage against marked targets, plus 25% damage against humans. Now there's an alternative skill he has called Finish Him, which is quite frankly not as good. Well, it varies.
I believe at the first level it has like a 90% modifier against stun targets.
Yes, but it doesn't have a modifier for anything else, and you trade this off by the fact that you can hit rank 3.
Mm-hmm.
The issue I have with this is that the initiative system in this game is part unreliable, part obfuscated. I would like Finish Him a lot more if I knew who was going ahead, who was coming up, to where I could properly plan my stun and finish him.
Yes.
At this juncture, though, it's not a good skill. You only really use it to attack rank 3.
That is pretty much the same way I feel about Finish Him.
Yeah.
It's just kind of unreliable, I guess.
It's, well, unreliable, kinda. It's reliable at hitting, it's not reliable at getting its damage buff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is what you'd want to use Finish Him over Mark for Death. Or not Mark for Death, the,
Prodigious size alone.
I was just looking at the video. Yeah. Don't mind me.
Yeah, don't worry. I actually kind of sandbagged there because I wanted Degeneration to work there, but the Bounty Hunter has a Mark move. Now this is interesting because throughout all of early access development, his Mark did absolutely nothing. It was only until either like a month pre or post release, I can never remember which. He has anti-protection properties on his Mark now.
Yeah, I remember the Houndmaster was originally the only person who had a bonus to his buff, or his Mark, I mean.
Yeah, back in the day, the Houndmaster was the only person who could rend marked or rend protection, and it sucked. It basically meant if you were going to the weld or the coves, you're bringing a Houndmaster, and it felt boring.
What are you doing?
That was me reacting on the fly to Loon getting 2 positive buffs from books.
It can happen. It's not crazy.
I was looking at the numbers. That's a 13% chance to get buffs. Twice in a row. Sadly, it's not 3. This is more common. This is like 20% chance. Yeah, Loon loves them dead people now. And this is kind of why I don't like the new scouting mechanics with traps. Not because it feels unfair, but you could just be walking along and then you'll stop. And you're like, wait, what the fuck? Oh.
Yeah.
Cute.
You always end up realizing why you stopped a few seconds before the trap, and that's horrible. You're very excited every time you see a secret room.
Well, I'm kind of excited now because I keep really wanting that healer head. That's my entire gambit. I want that fucking head.
Well, you know, there's another place to get those heads.
Oh yeah, a fun friend who hates the greedy.
I hope we meet him soon.
I do too.
You need to be at full torch every fight.
Yes, I do.
You can do so much in the darkness.
I mean, I could.
Like, I really want you to actually, like, do a dark run just for fun. Do it. Your ultra-conservative playstyle is starting to wear on me, Wen. I'm not gonna lie.
Would that make you a libertarian?
I don't know. I have no way to respond to this.
Now I'm just imagining the Hamlet torn apart. You have the conservative side for Wangs, and then the liberal side for Chitlins. This is the most stupid headcanon. But yeah, I think right now I'm mainly doing that because I have 3 level 0s on my team, so I don't want to put anything to risk. I will say by episode 14 I have a full roster of level 1s and a bunch of level 2s, so maybe during one of those it will be a pure dark run.
Alright. I'm gonna hold you to that.
But that's a lot of episodes from now, because when I play this game, I don't fucking stop.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Wang just sort of sends me a gigantic folder full of videos that says, let's comment on this.
I was actually really debating labeling the package file, I'm sorry, Iron Chitlin, because that was... So here's a little insight into the cutting room floor of how I do this. I play the game for God knows how long. I edit the videos and I parse them down. Our preview videos are generally 360 480p. Not big, but I also like to have a backlog. So here's what happens. The first set of recordings was good. It was like 1 recording for the intro, so that was like nothing. Then the second batch was like, I think it was 2 videos because we were getting our new roster. Then the third batch of videos was 4 videos. That's not too bad, that's like a gigabyte. This batch of videos was 6 recordings. I sent Iron Chitlin a 3 gigabyte file of 480p videos.
Well, that was a waste.
Yeah. I think I had a holy water, which is why I'm kind of sitting there stupefied.
Yeah. And the worst part is you got Necromania this very run, so yeah. They kind of set you up to fail there.
In the dark. The battle may
So,
yet be won.
I didn't linger on it because I'm dumb and keep forgetting to linger on things as I LP, but our food capacities for this camping were a lot more. They were 3, 6, and 10 instead of 2, 4, and 8.
Oh, you must have a stress eater.
No, actually. Great Evil King has Stiltomania, I think? He's obsessed with food, which means he eats more. Oh, no, wait, no. Stiltomania is he will examine food. I think Loon is a stress eater.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure it's Cytomania.
Cytomania, yeah, that's more right.
Yeah.
I also love this mental image of this abomination, this tortured and demonized man saying, dude, you need to calm down. I've become a fucking demon, you need to calm down. Also, I am using a camping skill I never use because I don't like the stress debuff. Psych Up is interesting because it increases the Abomination's damage by a lot, at the cost of taking 25 stress damage. Normally I don't like that, but I figure, you know, I need damage. Also, I don't think we have a camping skill here that prevents ambushes.
In Radiance, may
Oh
we
dear
find
God, you went in
victory.
unprepared?
Again?
Say it ain't so!
It's like it's a pattern, isn't it? Okay, so what's in the box? Come on, give me something good. Fuck!
The only person who gets 3 puzzling trapezohedrons and says fuck is Highway.
Yeah, it's money. I could get money anytime. I want that fucking head. Look, Bounty Hunter, I got a job for you. There's this festival here called Junia. I want you to decapitate her and bring her bloody head to me.
Oh, maggots.
Yeah, maggots are frustrating more than anything. The big threat is that their attack causes both stress damage and stuns. But I think Loon has hard noggins, so fuck him.
Yeah.
Back to the pit.
So I mentioned this in a post before, and I was actually and I was surprised as I wrote this post.
Another one falls.
A occultist with 18% crit is not uncommon.
Victories mount.
Really?
So too will resistance.
Sacrificial Stab has a base crit rate of 10%, 1% per level as well. And their core crit rate is 7.5, so it's normal for an occultist to have 18% crit, which is why their stab is so debilitating.
I've still never seen an occultist crit as much as he did that one video.
I know, right? Fucking Xander is insane. By the way, where did all my food go? I had 24 stacks, they're gone.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Well, I mean, you did eat a lot during that camp.
Yeah, Loon is very hungry. Fuck.
Carelessness will find no clemency in this place.
Luckily, a proc didn't occur. Also, I found an antique among this pile of bodies?
Well, yeah, when you use the antiquarian.
It's like, oh look what I found here, I found a vase!
She can find antiques anywhere.
Yeah, it's just almost scary in a way.
Including the aforementioned board with knives in it. Somehow has antiques. I don't know.
Look, I found a Cthulhu statue there. How? So, we've been talking about it a lot, but we haven't seen it until just now. Welcome to the one of the few asshole brigade formations of the Warrens. See that big guy there? He has, I believe, 20 or 30% protection, and he can stun anyone at will. By the way, Abomination's going wild. Hulkamania's running, brother. So the Abomination is a satyr, which is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, the Abomination actually was a class that was designed by one of the Kickstarter backers.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what the details are, but Kickstarter backer, if you're watching this, good job. Really good design.
Yeah, they did an interview with him, like, after the fact, and he said he basically just wanted to put a werewolf in this game.
Well, that makes sense, but
Yeah.
I think they couldn't do that because then it would just be Bloodborne again.
Yeah, might as well be.
So, the formations
You
for...
could have killed the cultist!
I mean, I could have.
I thought that's what you were doing!
I think that might have been a misclick, because that really is kind of stupid.
Yeah, that was... Ugh.
Obliterated.
I'm gonna hope that's a misclick.
But yeah, this is not the most threatening formation, but the thing about the pigmen is that the big guy with the ball mace,
Destroy them.
he has a high damage chop that also causes bleed. He has a decent damage mace that stuns anyone at will. And he's got 20% protection. He's a big threat. The drummer is a pain in the ass because he can hex a target, mark them, and
As the
reduce their
fiend
dodge.
falls,
Or he could do a mass AoE stress attack. I got
Yeah.
another healing charm. The sad thing is you can't dual stack healing charms.
Yeah.
Those dual Chigurujin charms, worthless. I keep one because I like having them and I actually experiment with a dumb idea in one video, but... yeah. I can't tell if I'm lucky or not this run, Shitlin. I honestly don't know.
I don't know either.
Because here's the thing, in my personal file where I'm like on the cusp of beating the
if only
game,
treasure could
I don't
stanch
have
the
that
flow.
weird blue book that we got last video.
I mean, you don't really need it.
By the way, here's a Necromanian effect.
Hmm.
What did you get, Shitlin? Ugh! Ouch. -5 speed, -10 max percent HP.
Yeah.
That fucking hurt. You still got one more room. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Oh no.
Hey, there's books. You should read them.
Oh boy. Loon read a book and became bloodthirsty. Oh no.
What is the difference between bloodthirsty and necromania?
Bloodthirsty will involve items of torture such as the Iron Maiden and the Iron Maiden, the flayed skin that we saw a while ago,
Oh, okay.
and I believe there's something in the skull fetish in the warrant, the wield.
Oh, okay.
By the way, Chitlin, you were wondering if we'll ever see those.
Oh, good.
A moment of
And of course
clarity
you look
in
the fuck
eye of
out.
the storm.
Loon is focused, so I finally get to explain the vice system.
Broken.
If a character maxes out on stress, there's a dice roll to determine if he gets a vice or a virtue. Now I say dice roll, but it's actually kind of skewed more towards vices because there's actually 2 more vices than virtues, and I believe the number, like in general, you're gonna roll a vice. Like it's not a coin flip, it's more of a 60-40 chance.
I believe the more your characters level up, the higher your chance of actually getting an affliction is.
Ah, that makes sense. Also, this is a dire fight.
That's fine. You're doing fine. Nothing's going wrong.
But yeah, the Vice and Virtue system is if you hit 100, you have a chance to trigger. If you get a Virtue, your stress gets reduced to 40, you cannot go over 100, which means you are immune to heart attack. And any unique gimmicks, such as something with a boss, will not work on that character.
Oh, there's one particular boss I can think of. I don't know if there are any others.
There are 3 specifically.
Really?
I can name them as we go along, but I don't
Yeah, well, we'll cover them eventually.
But yeah, if you get a Vice, though, many things could happen depending on the Vice. It can range from high stress damage, damaging yourself, marking yourself, unwilling team formations, attacking on your own, passing your turn. Fuck.
Choosing not to be healed.
Breath from becoming
Yeah,
unwound.
choosing not to eat, choosing not to be buffed. By the way, I'm kind of in a bad spot.
You have no way of hitting this guy.
Absolutely no way.
Well, if the occultist could get his turn, you could
Teetering on the brink,
abyssal artillery his
facing the
ass.
abyss.
Well, I have 2 people in death's door, both of them bleeding. Loon's been sandbagging on
Injury
healing.
and despondence set the stage for
So,
heroism or cowardice.
Can you hook him? No, you can't do that from position 1.
no. I believe I make an executive decision here.
The sin is not in being outmatched, but in failing to recognize it.
Oh, our first retreat.
I am not losing a bounty hunter. You can choose to retreat any fight you want.
In tunnels,
The mere
seem a
cost
little
of
less
33 stress.
possible.
And sometimes it's better to do that than to lose a unit. So, Hankasha? Great Evil King, I hope you're, glad I saved your damn lives.
I would have soldiered on.
Well, that's because you're insane. Why the hell is the libertarian person in this commentary aggressive as hell?
I'm not a fucking libertarian!